I don't want to sound pressuring or anything, but I've been doing some research that you've been performing so far now in Tallinn and in Stockholm, so you've been going around Finland.
Well,
but
we're coming.
Finland?
We're coming. I've seen the dates. I can't talk about when they are, but I know that we're routing Finland and Norway on the next tour. Yeah, so we're ecstatic. We tried to go there on the last tour. We actually had 2 days off. We were St. Petersburg, and I forget what happened, but we had trains booked and everything to go to Helsinki, and then it fell through at the last minute. But now this time we're going to do it proper and actually play shows. So that's the point.
Can we wait you still for this year? Or?
It'll be. I think the whole world tour kicks off the beginning of 2017. I think because we still have to finish the album. This time we're like doing the right timing for releases. We always end up rushing things and getting behind. And this time, first single, second single, album, promote the album, do the tour. So we're trying to do it actually in a meaningful way this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you are coming to Finland.
Yes, we are. We are.
Okay.
100%.
Okay. Do you have any picture what kind of country that will be where you're coming?
Yeah. Well, the guy
it's
gorgeous. I've seen tons and tons of photos. The pilot that flies us a lot in the U.S. and sometimes overseas. For the last 7 years, he's flown. Whenever we fly small planes, if we ever have to fly private, he's our pilot, and he's from Helsinki, or right outside of Helsinki. So he's told us about Finland for like 7 years.
Okay, he's been your private promoter.
Yeah. Peku.
Okay, from your last album, it's been now 3 years.
Yes.
So it's coming a new one. What you've been doing between this time?
Well, we toured. Over 2 years on that album. I mean, our last show we played was in September of 2015 in Brazil. And so it really hasn't been that long since we were on tour. So we've been making the album while we've been touring this whole time. And that's really it. I mean, we've honestly been working on... Our last album did it did as well as we had hoped. It did a lot better than our previous records, and it connected us in a way globally that changed, I think, everything. So it made us realize, okay, if we get the fourth album right, then we can actually get to a place where we want to be. And the goal was, in every city in the world, to be playing for the same amount of people, which is a weird goal, but it makes touring a lot easier on your family, easier on your personal life, easier on everything. If every time you play a city, it doesn't matter if it's Helsinki or if it's Oslo or if it's
Chicago,
Cape Town or Chicago, you're playing the same size venues. So that way, when you plan a show, and we spend all this time and energy and lots of our own personal money to build a show, you want to make sure it can fit in every single venue around the world. So the goal has always been to get all the cities of the world on the same, and not every country is the same. So you might have a huge record or a huge album in in New Zealand or in the United States, and in Spain it might not be that big. So then it makes touring Spain difficult, if you understand. So that's what we've been doing this whole time, trying to get everybody on the same level, so we can do the shows that we want to do and give people the best show humanly possible.
Have you had any time to relax?
We have, yeah. Not enough. We need more.
I feel like we haven't. I don't know.
No, we haven't.
This is the most time we've ever spent on an album. This is the most time in focus. And I feel like maybe we got to 50 ideas, 50 song starts,
ideas. Yeah.
And we're whittling that down to like 15 or something. So, and it definitely sounds more like a global, we're influenced by old French and Italian disco and stuff, so it's going to sound a little bit different for us, but it's the most time we've ever spent on any project. So
in theory, it should be the best.
Yeah, not any pressure because your last album was so great.
We're going to try to pass it. Yeah.
But the summer now, I saw that you don't have so many gigs coming.
No,
so are you now relaxing or?
Well, it's a combination. We have holidays coming up. Family, personal holidays, but we also have to finish the album. So we put the single out way early. We put Wherever I Go out on purpose before the summer, which kind of buys us some time to finish the album over the summer, to finish the songs. I mean, we're recording every single day. I was recording in London up until yesterday.
Which
And-
all places you've been recording in?
Oh my gosh, I have a studio set up in my hotel room here in Stockholm. Recorded, I think somewhere around 20 countries, 25 countries we've recorded in.
Yeah, you have said that the style of the music is now different than the
It
previous
is.
albums.
There's
Why?
there's a couple songs. Look, every album that we do, we make sure there's a couple songs that connect to the previous album, so that people don't get completely lost. You know, they fall in love with the sound. I think with OneRepublic, people maybe fall in love with the songs, but we've never really said, okay, this is the sound. You know how like Mumford & Sons was like, this is our sound. Everything sounds like this. And other acts do that too. You know, we've never done that. And so because of that, it's this constant evolution. So we're always reacting to what the kind of the world is throwing at us. We're reacting to the music that we're hearing or that we're inspired by.
It's a different kind of style, so are you nervous how people are going to react to it?
No, I wish I could say. I mean, the part of the left side of my brain maybe occasionally gets nervous because I know that the world, you know, and radio like specific things, and they like, you know, I'll say that there's what we're doing is fun, but it's not bubblegum, it's not candy, and there's a large portion of people that get served a lot of candy. So I think that what we're going to put out fits in with where the world is at, but it's different enough that, yeah, it's a risk. It's definitely riskier than anything we've ever done, which is why if it connects, it will be that much better, you know, because it's a risk.
It's the hardest thing to have an actual instrument on a song these days, you know.
Music is so electronic.
So for us being a band, we want to make sure that it comes off as exactly what you'll see live, you know.
Yeah.
So it's tough. It's a long process of filtering out what doesn't work and what works, and you know. Yeah.
It's hard. I think it's harder for bands to be modern, to constantly be modern and push to be modern.
What is the craziest memory what you have been experiencing together?
Craziest.
That's a very
memory?
tough question to answer.
It's a very
What comes up to your mind first?
very craziest thing we've had.
Or weirdest?
Leaving our guitarist in Italy while we are crossing the border, and he has no passport, he has no phone, he has no money. We left him at a gas station.
We left him at a gas station in Italy, and we crossed into
like
a different country.
3 a.m. or something. Yeah.
And he was in a dead panic, and
That's the craziest that comes to
that's
mind. I guess,
that's the craziest. I would say the other thing was the flight in Russia. That was one of the craziest.
Well, that's a certain form of crazy. Yeah.
That's a different kind of crazy. Yeah, we had a plane come in. We were flying, and the plane it made me very scared of flying for years. We had a plane come in. It was very windy, and I forget if we were landing in St. Petersburg or Moscow, but he came in straight, and then he came in at an angle, like almost completely sideways, like at a right angle where the wing was going to clip the ground and just spin. And at the last moment, he straightened it out, the pilot. We slammed onto the tarmac, bounced, slammed again. Literally just slammed, like bam. And then we lifted, and then it went bam. He was trying to land it, and then he just lifted off again. We hear the engines go, and we just ended up taking off again from the runway to circle around to land again. And so that is another one of the craziest experiences.
I think that was Warsaw, actually.
Oh, it might have been Poland.
I think so.
I think
That
you might
sounds
have
at
been
least
right.
the most dangerous
It might have been
Definitely.
Poland. It might have been Poland. Yeah.
You've been releasing 3 very successful albums.
Yeah.
Is there still something what OneRepublic wants to achieve?
Just
A fourth.
a fourth successful album.
You have to have something else as well.
Oh. Okay.
What's
I
your
would say-
biggest dream?
I would say. That's a good question. I would love to get to a place. I would love to get to a place where we could put on a tour, and I know this sounds crazy to say, but I think it'd be fun to do an outdoor tour, and play some outdoor stadiums. What that would mean is connecting with the most people in the best way possible. I prefer playing outside than playing inside. And in the US, we do a lot of outdoor tours, and it'd be amazing to be able to do that everywhere in the world.